Hey everybody, it's just Nate. We're playing Super Auto Pets. Let's give it a go. Alrighty then. So, to be honest with you, I understand the concept of the current weekly is to, like, get hot sloths. Sadly, I do not personally find much attractiveness in hot sloths. I don't really care all that much about it, so this is actually going to be with the puppy pack, I believe it is, because we played the turtle pack on the last stream. I'm going to be playing this for this weekly thing, just because I got kind of tired of playing the actual weekly. I hope we don't mind it. We're going to do a chipmunk, a chinchilla. This pack has some new additions since the last time I played it. I mean, I don't often play, like, off packs. Normally it's, like, full-on weekly, just for the sake of creativity, for difference, for experience. Apparently, in the recent days, YouTubers' concepts of what's cool. And I barely even know what's cool, so I really do have to trust other people on that. Toys. Oh, yeah. I have played the puppy pack recently. This is the one that they circled it around. Get the rightmost +1/+1. That's horrendous. Deal 1 damage to 2 random enemies. You know what? Normally I basically always go for the scaling one, but this scaling one is so horrible that I think tennis ball is just the way to go. Sold riders, big crooks, skilled feet. Sold feet? Only in desperate times, you know. Big crooks, who's to say? Skilled riders? I'll be a skilled crook. Not only am I doing crimes, but gosh darn aren't I good at it, and I best be, because it's kind of like a one and done sort of scenario. As soon as you're not good at your crime once, you're kind of like in the slammer. The police says, "Not today, Mr. Sir," and I said, "But I did it like 15 times before that." And he's like, "You're not supposed to admit that. You're not supposed to admit that you've done more crimes." And I'm like, "Well, I'm kind of proud of it." And he's like, "You're not very smart, are you?" And I'm like, "No. That's why I'm doing these crimes. I can't figure out how to do other things." And he's like, "Well, I can't help you there, buddy. Let's go to prison." And I'm like, "Okay." We've got a big chipmunk leading the way. Sadly, they have 2 chipmunks and geckos, which if you have toys are kind of amazing. Sadly, I don't have one. I don't know if they've offered me one. I might have just honestly blankly ignored it because I generally don't like them very much, but I did have a toy. Periodically there, I could have actually utilized it. You can leave because your usefulness was it was like a 1 sort of situation. Part of me wants to move the deck up front because obviously the thought process, right? Thing with most health goes up front. Health is front. Concept. Issue being, I think because there are mods in the pack as well, everything up front is just gonna kill each other, so honestly you should put like a low guy up front, like someone who doesn't matter. Someone with like no family, that no one will remember if he dies quickly, you know? Like it's a tragic thing, but sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do to survive. Choose 1 level 1 toy. I will take 1 slightly better toy next turn. I will roll endlessly in a way that was somewhat wasteful. But what am I gonna do about it? I gotta save that beaver. That beaver's my ticket to level 5 town. Don't kill me? If I had simply 1 dearest of a honey on that beaver, I think he would like it. Oh, I'm like 2 turns away. You know what? I'm not gonna commit that hard. I'm not gonna save us like past that point. These are 2 very valid units. I love the hatching chick. Arguably, you could say the tropical fish is just better, but I personally love the hatching chick, so we're gonna do that anyway. You can leave and you may enter. Give us your toy. Everyone gets +1. I find that slightly more reasonable than the previous option. Break friendly toy, or faint, break the toy. So if we put you up front, everyone scoot over. Everyone scoot your booches. We don't want to boost the guy in front because he's likely to get shot immediately by a moth guy. If we put him there, everyone gets +1 at the beginning of every fight. This definitely is not a long-term thing, given I don't tend to really like invest in the whole toy scenario, but in the short term, this seems pretty great. That man got a decent number of kills. I was about to say he can't even be in the front anyway, I realized, because he summons things, but actually he can be because his death is what is all the better. You know what? If you're gonna offer me 1 additional, like, toy, period, I won't deny it. This one's not even that good anyway. 1 free lasagna. I will take a lasagna, overriding that thing. If you have a toy, give the nearest friend behind +5. Well, we're continuing with the short-term being kind of cool concept. A bat is cool in the long run. It feels weird buying one because it's like a tier 2 at this point, and I feel like we're a little past that, but I would like more hatching chicks, actually, specifically. This little dinosaur man, like, he's not getting permanent stats, but I think he might be a permanent member of the team. So if someone could just commit to letting me commit to it, you know? I need, like, the help of the RNGesus to get this going down. Have you considered me having a bunch of health, though? He didn't consider that. Tragic. You always gotta think about it's like a game of chess. Super Auto Pets. What is it but fun digital chess, really, you know? If you have a toy, give the guy. So this is like real? This works? That is a beefy little dose of health right there. And I'm gonna buy a second one. Why, you ask, when you just killed the first one? And I'm like, well, I killed the first one on accident. You might have seen me verbally say, what if I did this, and then grab the pill and drag it over him and then be happy with the results. But don't be deceived, that was very accidental, all of those things. I would never kill someone on my own team intentionally, unless it was like super good for me, and that was kind of just moderately good. So now that we're out of toys, he's not going to be helpful anymore. You can leave. This guy is the toy build enabler. That's the one tragic thing about the toy build, because it relies on you having something that disappears. You kind of have to have this guy, or just be very thorough with continuously getting the correct thing every turn. Robin, start a battle, summon one nest with egg perk. That sounds really fun. It's basically like a baby macaw. I would totally do that if not for the fact that we're not doing that right now. I was hoping that I could pill you, but we don't actually have anyone to do anything with you, so this guy's gonna be up front. Funky, I know. Atar. He's from this pack? I've seen him in the weekly many a time, but honestly I forgot where he came from. And by forgot, I guess I didn't even ever know, so I guess I just didn't internalize it, you could say. Spicy? Too spicy for them, not too spicy for me. I have literally 100% spice going down in my body. And by that I mean I am like the weakest person to spice. I in fact like it a little bit, but there's a fine difference, you know, between meals that are spiced with flavor. Like, it's spicy, but I can tell that the spice is coming from an additional flavor that is beneficial. And dishes that just have like pure pain coming out of them, and you're like, this isn't helping the flavor. It's just here to cause pain. It's only injury. I would like more caterpillars, please. I'm kind of committed to the concept of that being good. Good and real for me. Sadly, I had to move him back because I don't want him overrunning my garlic. So I guess you can have garlic because you're staying behind that guy. Hatching Chick has not leveled. At this point in time, you gotta ask yourself, did I make a moral mistake? Like a moral, personal mistake in my opinion of people when I decided not to take the tropical fish? I would say yes, because I think it probably would have given more stats out than this guy at this point in time. However, well, there he is. Do I want to replace him now? Not really. Choose a level 1. You know what? I do want to use this, at least temporarily. You're the stat man. You're giving the stats. This guy is the most leavable. The caterpillar's not actually going to be very amazing for us, but he's already here. Start of battle, give the right friend peanut butter perk. So if I had the baboon and this, does that mean that I can get like infinite peanuts? Because I can just like keep doing that? Pretty amazing, honestly. Right fin coconut, peanut. Give everyone stats. Everyone's stats is what I would like to see today. Stats is also a thing. I do appreciate stats as a concept. More toys. I wish I could, but I cannot afford you right now. I just got him to level 2. He's just begun his journey of being a good unit, but honestly, yes. And he's not doing anything today, but I intend to allow him to do things as soon as we get units who can actually utilize it. So much so that I should probably put Hatching Chick behind him, because this man's gonna get sold, and that man's gonna get sold, and Hatching Chick's gonna get sold. How about don't snipe me? Not very good at following instructions, are you, little octopi? None of you are good. Can I only just keep rolling for those specific, like, 3 dudes that I want to keep on the team? It seems kind of like not a grand idea. You're something. Out? This is a thing that functions with my current endeavors. I wanted to keep you. This man is out. You're in. Perks are 2 times stronger. So this guy's Skewer is going to do 6 damage to everyone. That's not too shabby. Am I cool with only having 2 guys being scaled with my T-Rex is the question. Because my bat is like leveled, and my caterpillar is technically speaking also being scaled by the T-Rex, so that's kind of, you know, if I say I need at least 3 to make it valuable, it's kind of valuable. It's viable in a little way, in like a cheaty sort of way. Friendly toy broke, gave everyone +3/+3. That would have been cool a hot second ago. Sadly, it is too late now. So we've got the Caterpillar of Dreams. Can you offer me anything? Cat and chick, flying squirrel, chameleon, puma, bat. It would have been a bat. I'm still honestly not super convinced with the concept of keeping this bat. You guys are scaled, you're basically scaled. I roll once to see if there's anything that I specifically immediately need. I don't. We're keeping the bat. The bat stays. I rolled the dice and he was a lucky son of a G. A lucky son. Or daughter, whichever he so may be. I'm not even sure. I kind of just default to he sometimes. Don't kill my butterfly. He only just gained his wings. He just learned how to fly and you're already trying to shoot him with your little boomerang when he's some kind of like annoying 10-year-old boy who'd never learned how to not be aggressive to everybody. You know what though? I think this is worth getting rid of the bat. No, I just periodically, like apparently once per every time that I play this game, forget about the concept of only one. I only bought the mongoose because I was like, I'll sell this, and then throw that sniper. That sniper was the reason I was going to do this whole plan. It's not happening now. Can I have him back? Please allow me to not have made a horrible mistake. Which one is better? 10 to the first guy? 4 to 1 guy. Repeat for every 10 this has. So this is like 8 to 1 random guy. 10 to 1 solid guy. But this gets better. They both get better. I'm fine with what we have right now, I think. I don't know if the skewers are actually the best way to go, but it was the first thing available to make this cat do anything. And this is the first time I've done this cat. Did I level you? Ooh. So that guy is leveled. Theoretically, these skewers, I can barely say this word, is doing triple damage to people. I could put that on you, but you're not even a tier 6, so I don't know how the likelihood is that that's actually going to be like crazy useful. You know what? You can leave Octopus. This is an incredibly large pivot. Our team is lacking in all stats. I'm going to roll thrisely. My objective in rolling thrisely was specifically to try to find a tool for you. But instead, I have all this chocolate. And I can't say no to all this sweet, beautiful chocolate. We're gonna die today. Big argument that if I had actually rolled to get an actual tool on him, that could have been the life changer. We're probably gonna die. That man's getting his stats from basically nobody. Boof. Too many pivots, not enough dreams, not enough vision, you know? It's one thing to be the idea guy. It's the next thing to be the idea guy who actually has fully fleshed out ideas with an actual distinct village, such that when like your co-workers or people who possibly you hired, you know, ask you, well, does this work for the vision? You're actually like, you know what, yes or no, and here's why. Why is always the answer. You can't just say, no, it looks wrong. You also gotta be like, but here's how to fix it. I don't care for any of these bugs. The insects, I feel like, not nearly as cool as the insects used at R&B. Blessed mouths, hot towers, menacing lollygags. We can be some menacing lollygags. We're just lollygagging about, you know. We bought a hamburger, but we're still... What's the word? It's not lollygag. When you buy something or you don't buy something and you're hanging out too loud, we're lollygags because we're doing that, but we're like being really menacing about it. That's frickin' spooky. Moth in front? More bees? I mean, if I have to. Maybe tomorrow, you guys can get conjoined. Another statter. In terms of stats, we have none. But that's not always what's up for victory. In this day and age, it's super is, like absolutely in the first few rounds that you would like stats, but bam, got a B. A B is all you really need. Today we level. Today we're doing this. And we're gonna keep going with tennis balls just because I continue to hate the alternative, but I really wish you would offer me an alternative. You guys can get together. If you did, I would need space. But I just kind of like this archetype. I'm gonna do this, and you can leave. I think even leveled, his ability isn't gonna give us better toys. It's just gonna make like a slightly better toy, and even if the thing was like +2 +2 to the front guy, that's not so insane that I would think it's like crazy worth it. I do think this frickin' Robin is amazing though. All we need in life is Robin, a level. No, tomorrow. Tomorrow we level. Don't need you, but a bat is cool. You know what? We're leveling today because I just am so impatient. You can leave. This man. He's saving money for us. He is not good in the current, but he is good in the future. And I am such a good investment. An investor in myself. Yesterday I said I could have, you know, like a bunch of cool things, or I could sit here and not spend money, and you know what I did? Bought one cool thing, okay? That's an investment. That was a lot better than it could have been. So that's dead, which is funky. We can just get a toy. I mean, the one thing that's so cool about this concept is that we get our buy-sell, like, concept here. Break it or lower toy. You're not super beneficial to me, honestly. You guys do nothing. This guy actually would get good. You sell for 2? Not quite as much as I would like it to be. But you could sell for more if I invest. More investments? Not in the moth. The moth is not what we're doing here. We're doing eggs here. I'm investing in eggs. It's like the best thing you could possibly invest in Super Auto Pets. You know, eggs, they are metaphorical for change in many cultures. They break, they cause recreation. They die, they're easily eaten. I don't know, it's like 50% chance. Are you gonna be born, or are you just gonna get straight up eaten? But that's kind of the circle of life as well, because then that thing exists, so it still kind of functions. There's still functioning happening there. Could I have another goldfish, please? That's nice, but a goldfish, please? Activate toy ability as level 1. That's what this is. If I bought you and then pilled you, I would get 1 lasagna faster. That's not worth it at all. Thanks for offering, but I'm gonna have to pass on this one. No. Bat for hatching chick. We're keeping this specifically because if I can get this frickin' goldfish to be useful, to simply get sold, like once he is plump enough, I guess we're feeding him in attempts to eat him at some point in time, except we're not eating him because we're vegan. We're vegans who take an occasional nice little chop of meat, but in heart we're vegans. And we're gonna sell him. We aren't vegans, we're capitalists. That's the best thing in life, is it not? To work with the system. Lasagna goes to you because you were the coolest guy in town. I hope that people always tell you that, because it's really a shame when you're the coolest guy and nobody even informs you of this fact, so you're just kind of like sad your whole life. You guys can both get stats. You know what though, actually? You guys can both get stats. What do you do? A toy from tier 4? I will do that. Mostly because I can immediately sell you. Give the rightmost friend melon perk. On break. So this requires specific animals then. Such as the baboon? Yes, this would give us a melon for baboon. I don't think it's worth it at this point. Start of battle, deal to the lowest. Start of battle, deal to the last. These all suck. I was hoping for something that would offer permanent status, not in fact those things that you've handed me just then. Summon a mouse. This synergizes with this because we have an open space anyway, so I guess we could get rid of here. You know, like who needs scaling when I just got a new idea? Who needs the old idea when I just thought of something different? And you know, the most recent thing is technically the most entertaining because I've thought about it for less time. So that math checks out. Don't kill my nest. Those were literal infants. They weren't even born yet. Those were the babiest babies you could ever see, and you just frickin' killed them? Like 3 of them, too. That was a hefty nest. You're not gonna get rid of the shop, are you? Gorgeous. This is a nice little baby synergy. You can leave, because this is better scaling. Tomorrow I will auto-level you. You can get better. I appreciate that. You're not someone who I foresee sticking around too long. That's one issue though. I don't tend to pivot to in-between areas, you know? I start with the cheap thing, and then I pivot to the good end thing. This egg plus owl thing is like a really nice mid-game. I don't think that it's really gonna carry us to the end, but I'm not really sure when the best time or safest location is to pivot to off a mid-game, you know, grouping. I'm just not super certain like what to do with that concept. You can stay how you are. You're not even that cool. Instead sniping. I said I was gonna do you last time, and then I just kind of messed it up because I'm kind of stanky. This time for surezies. Scaling. 1 friend of each tier. 6, 4. I'm thinking that I might sell everybody. You are fine to this guy. 1 friend of each tier. 4, 6, 5. I could get a 5 in here. A skewer or an axolotl. Do we have tools to be giving? You give people 2, 2, 1, 1. That's not nearly as good, but it's permanent. These two together That's a synergy. This is valid. It's a difficult valid, because our caterpillar is gaining almost nothing, but also on the other hand, the caterpillar isn't even ready to begin gaining things anyway, so it's not like a crazy loss. Smack him a little harder than you just did. Oop, that was horrendous. Oops, I lost. Oops, I did it again? Lost? No, not possible. That would imply that I've lost before. Yes, goodbye. So we need like a 4. No, we have a 4, a 6, and a 5. We need like a 3, which would be like a bad as a 2 that would have actually worked here. It's kind of late for that concept. You know what though? This works with this. Oh, axolotl. That wasn't even going to pair up anyway because I wouldn't be able to stat both of you at the same time. This is fine. This is okay. This is, technically speaking, something. Something is technically happening here, so we're just gonna have to accept that fact, I guess. A tennis ball in this day and age? What are you, some kind of toddler? Some kind of toddler who goes outside and plays sports? Insane. That's a lot of dolphins. Frickin' dolphin main. You can't be maining dolphins. That's not even like a real sport. Okay, but my trump card has just entered the party. He is now going to gain a little bit of extra attack and lose some health, so suck on that. You could do this, but I think it's not our best interest. This might be our best interest. A lemon would be decent. What do you do? Friendly Toys repeat its ability at level 1. Tier 1. I could take this. Why, you say? Why could you take this? Because honestly, I'm not really sure Snapping Turtle. It's a tier 5. It must be good, but I feel like I haven't used it maybe to its full potential any specific time. I mostly bought it to do the axolotl thing, but then I realized that doesn't frickin' function. My little lion guy's doing nothing with his abilities. Close. Close, close, close. Well, that was Super Auto Pets. This was better than the weekly at the very least in terms of fun level, but I hope everyone's been having some good luck doing the whole sloth maneuvers. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.